Good evening, everyone. This is 30H Gardner of VoiceRadio.com, Headlines and Headaches, and the G Podcast. That's on Anchor. I wanted to talk to you about Vice Presidential nominee Kamala Harris of the Democratic Party. Let me assure you, first of all, that my statements on here are opinions and some with some fact mixtured in. I'm calling you. I'm recording this from my home here in Cleveland, Ohio, on the east side of Cleveland. And people call that the inner city, but I'm near Shaker, so you can say what you want. Now, here's the thing that I'm going to say, and I'm going to bring this to the attention of everybody. Now, first of all, former Vice President Joe Biden, who was under former President Barack Obama, picked his running mate to be vice president yesterday, and that would be African American woman or Jamaican Indian descent, a woman of color, Kamala Harris. Now, Biden always said that he would pick a woman for VP. Okay, that's great. The top choices were Kamala Harris, Susan Rice, Stacey Abrams, and Kamala Harris was the leader in that. And the reason why I feel like this is a good pick because she knows the law. She was the prosecutor of San Francisco, which brings me to this point right now. Some African American men, most of the African American men that are on my timeline, have repeated disgusting things about this woman, from calling her a whoremonger, using the B word, C word, all kinds of stuff. The anger and the vitriol that exceeded these things. And I'm like, would you disrespect your mother or your sister or have somebody do that if they were running for the highest seat in office? I know there's a lot of criticism that comes to it. You know, I expect that from the conservatives, from the right wingers. I do that. I expect that, like, not all of them, but mostly the people that support Donald Trump because of his vitriol as far as that. I never expected this coming from the brothers. You can disagree with her policies all you want to, but calling her out of her name, and I'm a black man, and I have sisters. My son's mother's a black woman. I got sisters. I got a mother. I got cousins, and I got my cousins' wives. All those, my cousins, I call them my cousins too. All that disrespect is really unnecessary. And the reason why it's unnecessary, and I'm going to say this, is because it's uncalled for. Now the thing about it is, the reason why I say it's uncalled for is because we don't know what she's going to do if she gets in there. She's not in power. Trump and Pence are, so you can't attack somebody if you don't know what they're going to do. Past track record of legal issues that she will put the criminals in jail. Now, I understand that African American men get incarcerated. African American get incarcerated all over the United States in time. But the thing about it is, like, they're not getting killed by the police. You know, Michael Brown is like, the thing about it is, like, everybody else, like we've seen. But the thing about it is, like, she also wants to reform the police departments because she's worked with them. And people just say she's not for us. But who is are you running for something? I'm just, curious. Some of these people are just losing their minds on social media, and I don't understand. Like, the thing about it is, the reason why is because you're mad about what she did in the past, just like it. But what's going on? What's going on now that we're in clear and present danger? Donald Trump gets another 4 years. So, although I thought that Susan Rice would be the first pick. I respect Joe Biden's pick to going out and picking an African American female, African American woman to be the first vice president of the United States. Here's my thing: we shouldn't have a first woman anything in this country, as far as highest seats in office. It should have been done already. So the fact of the matter is, like, well, she should have did this, and and the thing about it is, the crabs in a bucket mentality with African American people is disgustingly bad. And I really just want to say, after the two deaths I experienced this week, my cousin Terrence Brown, may rest in peace, and a friend of mine, Donna Blount, may she rest in peace, who were killed and who died. The anger and the vitriol could actually hurt and kill you. So you need to calm down with that. So here's my thing. Remember November, go to the polls. And for those that are not going to vote, shut up, please. It's not cool. So you can't disrespect everything and everybody and want to make a change. Sometimes you have to consider what's out there and consider what you have now and pick the best way that you can. I'm not changing my vote. I'm sure some people will not either. But the thing about it is, for the ones that are undecided on the fence, let them make their own decision. And all the attacking on social media and calling each other names, and you can get mad and disagree. I said, well, Kamala Harris locked up more black people than anybody. I'm like, you know what also locked up more black people than anybody? Slavery. Let that sink in. Okay? Just let it sink in. All right. If like the thing about it is like no more disrespect to African American women, period. We wouldn't like the thing about it is like this country is falling into a attack, and it's attack each other over the mask, over everything. And make sure you wear your mask and be sanitized and clean up. Wash your behinds before you leave the house. All right, I'm out. If nobody tells you that they love you today, I do. You can check out my thing on Anchor. Just pull up the G report. And you can also check me out every Saturday on voiceradio.com and nerddjs.com. And we're going to be expanding more into other areas. So I will see you guys later. And if nobody tells you that they love you today, I do.